So here we are in our pre-show. So I get to talk a little bit here as the music starts over. There it goes. It's ending. Big ending. Nice ending. I like that music. And here's Kay. So, cloudy day here in at least the southern part of Arizona. I'm guessing all of Arizona is cloudy. As the UPS truck goes spinning by from our window studio here. Tucson. You can get a good look at the UPS Prime with Amazon Prime and FedEx, as well as our own United States Postal Service vehicles whizzing by. A little local color, you can say. Speaking of delivery services, I've been getting emails from many, well, from UPS, FedEx, and I think the Postal Service, saying that you may have delivery delays due to adverse weather conditions in many parts of our country. Thank goodness we're not in one of those parts. Yes, Susan, real keyboards are nice. I have 3 right here in front of me. 1, 2, 3. Why I have 3 keyboards is a whole other story we're not going to get into today. That's a good point, Susan. Not only Google, but Apple and everybody seems to be constantly changing the way they do their security. So maybe they've heard from you enough. Let's hope so. Welcome to GoFor Lunch number 41. Glad you could join us. And John Wayne is with us apparently today. Oh no, it's Bob. Bob Wood. The hat fooled me, I guess. So we are here to help you make your technology work for you. If you're new, please type new in the comments so we can get acquainted as you join our community here of learning how to use your Apple products more productively, efficiently, something like that. All that, all the above. So we're going to talk about Grammarly again. As you may recall from our last exciting episode, we talked about Grammarly on the Mac. But today we're going to talk about Grammarly on the iPad and iPhone because it works differently on iOS devices. So let us talk about some of the differences here. So as we go to our graphic here, we're going to look at some of the ways it's different. So just a little review, Grammarly is what they call freemium, which means they have a free version and they add more features if you want to pay. Now, I just got an email in the last day or so that said that they have a President's Day sale and it's 50% off. At 50% off, it costs $70 a year. So, but you get a lot more features. So that's the story on how much the paid version costs. So we can use Grammarly almost on any kind of a program. And the reason we use Grammarly is to catch mistakes that we may not notice. One testimonial mentioned that it's nice to have another set of eyes on your work. So that is very convenient, and you can let the AI, the intelligence software look at it for you so that you look good. But as I mentioned, Grammarly works differently on the iOS devices, your iPhone and your iPad. It works through the iOS keyboard. And there are some system requirements to use it on iOS. Number one is you have to be running 11.2, iOS version 11.2 or newer. Now we're on 14.4 right now. So chances are, unless you have a really old iPhone or iPad, you are on at least 11.2. Now, one little problem is it does not work on iPad minis. So I don't know why that's the case. So if you are rocking an iPad mini, then it's not going to work for you. So let's see how we might install this on an iPad. So we are going to go to our iPad. There you see it. And the first thing we have to do to install it is to download it from the App Store. So the first instance of this is an ad. In this case is exactly the same as the second instance on the right. But you should be aware that many times the first instances are not the same as the second instance, or could be more than one ad at the beginning. The ones at the beginning that say ad there in the right to the right of the Grammarly logo are there because someone paid to get them there. So the little cloud here on the second instance on the top right indicates that it's been downloaded before by me. So we're going to tap on the little cloud. We get the progress circle going round and round, and we get the progress circle filling in, so we know that something is happening. And Kurt is here. Okay. So now it says open. So we click on open, and then they're going to tell us all about this, how it makes mistake-free writing in all your apps. And it got a nice little video here. And then down and below, we're going to click on Get Started. And again, this is a one-time only thing. So I have an account since 2015, I was reminded. So now I'm going to click on my email address. And so this is Scribble. Do you see these little marks here? That's because I'm using an Apple pencil. So you see I'm writing with my Apple pencil here, and when I do that, it scribbles, and it tries to turn that into text. Now I didn't try to do any text, but it thought I wrote me there. Isn't that cute? But the interesting thing here is that my password is not coming up through keychain or 1Password. So we're just going to, well, let's talk about sign in with Apple. So for years you've seen sign in with Google and sign in with Facebook. And so we're going to share the email because they already have it anyway. And then I can hit my, you can see the fingerprint down there on the bottom. Those are all my email aliases. So now I signed in with Apple. So well, this is wonderful. They want me to sign in again. Of course, I am working without a, oh look, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little picture of a pencil. Isn't that cute? What happens if we tap on that? We get a keyboard icon in the bottom center. So we'll click on that. And then we get this blank rectangle that says, I don't know what it says at the bottom there. Can't read it. Okay, so it looks like we're using our iPad keyboard. So we're going to type in, there it is. Okay, so this is actually another keyboard. I don't know why it was so slow coming in, but it's text expander. You see the little happy guy there in the lower left-hand corner? That tells you that you're in the text expander keyboard. So I just happen to have a text expander snippet for my email address, which is Q, G for Gopher, T for Tech. Look at that. It expanded out. And so now our password, and now you see it, you can't see it on your screen, but on my screen, on my iPad, it says for Grammarly.com, 1Password, and it now wants me to hit my Touch ID. It filled in the password, so now 1Password is working. Okay, so they want us to upgrade to Premium, which you can see normally is $140, but today I think it expires on the 17th, so until tomorrow, if you want to subscribe, you can get it for half that, $70. So we're going to hit the little X, get out of there. So now the keyboard Grammarly that helps you write in other apps and websites is not installed. You can see here where the red dot is, it says not installed, and on the opposite side, under Premium, it says install. So we're going to install it. So now it's telling us how to do it. We go to our settings, we go to General, we go to Keyboard, and then we come back here. So at the bottom, it says Add Grammarly Keyboard. We're going to click on that arrow on the right, and it takes us into settings. What could be better than that? It takes us right to keyboard. So they're really automating this. So the last section there on the right says Add New Keyboard. So we're going to tap on that. And you can see here Grammarly is listed. So I'm not sure why Text Expander is listed there because it is already added. We already used it. But anyway, so we added Grammarly. So now we have to click on the arrow to the right of Grammarly to give it permission to allow full access. So now it's saying that we're allowing the developer of this keyboard to transmit anything you type, including things you have previously typed with this keyboard. This could include sensitive information such as your credit card number or street address. Well, if we want this to work, we have to allow that little feature. So just be aware of that privacy. So now we have installed Grammarly. So let's just hit our home button and go into an app where we can type some things. So let's go into, let's see if it, and again, I wanted to install this live so you could see how it works. So I haven't tried Grammarly on my iPad until now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a program. Let's go into Mail. So we're going to click on the Mail icon. We're going to click on the little square in the upper right hand corner with a little pencil. And we're going to, so let me demonstrate Scribble here since I'm here. So my iPad is at a very bad angle, as you can see. So my writing, which is not great to begin with, is going to be a little weird, but let's try this. G-R-A-M-M-A-R-L-Y. Okay, so the tricky part there is getting it so that it doesn't put in spaces. So I'm going to just click on the icon of the pencil in the lower left, click on the keyboard here, and wait for it to come up because it is not coming up immediately. So as we switch back here to the iPad, we will, so I have an external keyboard on, we'll get rid of that squiggle, C-R-G-R-A-M-M, let's misspell it and see what happens. You can see right there, it put in the correct spelling with A-R, so I just tap on that, and it didn't change it. That's interesting. So I'm going to change it manually. Okay, so I'm going to tap down here in the text of the message, and I want to change my keyboard, so I'm going to try to get rid of this keyboard. So I'm going to tap on the little icon for the text expander keyboard, and then I'm going to tap on the globe. You see the globe down in the lower left hand corner of the keyboard. I'm going to tap on that, and I'm going to choose the Grammarly keyboard. So this is how you invoke the Grammarly keyboard on your iPad. Now I have the Grammarly keyboard. So now when I type the, let's just say these, let's see what it does with that. I'm going to hit R, and you can see up above here it's giving me suggestions. So I'm going to change the 8 to R, and then going to put in very. You see it suggested very, and I'm going to say handy, handy, apps. Well, let's put application, and hit backspace and put an S. Okay, and a period. And then I'm going to go back here and correct this by tapping TH. So the Grammarly keyboard does use the feature that's on the Apple English keyboard, the standard default keyboard, where when you hit the space bar, you hold down on the space bar like this, you can move the cursor all around. So it didn't do a great job. So anyway, that is how Grammarly works on your iPad. So again, you need to select the keyboard by using the globe app here. I'm sorry, the globe icon in the lower right hand corner. Everybody see that? Next to 1, 2, 3. So you click on that, and then you can choose what keyboard you want. So again, in this case, I have 4 choices. The English US, which is the default, comes from the factory. Emoji, I believe, comes from the factory as well now. And then I have Text Expander, which is an additional keyboard that I added. That's another paid app. And then Grammarly, we're using the free version. So that's the way it works. You just have to invoke the keyboard. You can see the G in the upper left-hand corner, and that tells you you're in the Grammarly keyboard. So when you tap on that G, you get to revision mode. It says, in this mode, Grammarly checks your entire text field and provides additional insights for each correction. So we're going to click on Continue, and it's checking our text. So now it doesn't like the way I spell gopher. So we are not going to change that. We're going to click here. We're going to slide over. And it says advanced issues are found. So this is your $70 premium version that is going to tell you these advanced issues if you are so inclined. So we can now click on this little icon here, and it says you made this look easy. So we also have a gear here. Now the gear takes us back into the Grammarly and gives another little demonstration of how it works. So uncover your writing habits. So at the bottom you see where it says Writing Insights. We're going to turn that on, and they're going to send us notifications if we allow it, which we are going to do. So we allowed it. And again, it's giving us a little animated demonstration of how it works. And in the upper right hand corner, we're going to click on Done. And now we're to the same basic screen that we saw on the Mac version, where you can paste into this new portion on the left hand side. You can paste anything in there and check it. So let me show you something else very interesting about Grammarly, and that is that they send you via email insights on a regular basis. So we're going to go into our mail program and look at what that looks like. So here it is. Let's make it a little bigger so it's easier to read. So going to do Command plus to zoom in. There we go. So as you can see, this came in yesterday at 9:30, and this is the week of February 7th through the 14th. They explore new ways of communicating, and I have unlocked a new tone. So silly me, they said new tone. I thought, well, maybe it was a different sound that they made, but no, tone means something entirely different. So here's our Grammarly writing streak for week 1. They give you a little score here of 37. So we're going to scroll down to the next section of this email by clicking in below the elevator in the scroll bar. So, productivity. I was more productive than 64% of Grammarly users. I checked 1,746 words. I was more accurate than 35% of Grammarly users. I had 37 alerts. My vocabulary is a new record. I used more unique words than 71% of Grammarly users. 644 unique words used. Now this chart here is not filled out because I only started using Grammarly again last week during GoFor Lunch, number 40, if you'd like to go back and look at that. So here's what they mean by tone. So these are all the tones. And this is not scrolling to you guys. It's only scrolling to me, it looks like. Isn't that special? So why is it not scrolling? So I'm going to switch off of mail here. Hi, me again. We're going to go back to mail and see if it's going to catch up with us. So it looks like it does not scroll. Very interesting. I never knew that. Okay, so I'm just going to describe this to you, I guess. So tones mean things like confident, optimistic, friendly, informal, neutral, admiring, and appreciative. So I was 24% more confident and more optimistic. I was 21% more friendly, 9% informal, 9% neutral, 6% admiring, and 3% appreciative. I guess my new selected tones were confident, friendly, and optimistic. So I won't go through that anymore because you can't see it. But the point is that you will get regular reports, which is, you know, very uplifting. It makes you feel like you're accomplishing something and gives you some clues in case some of those percentages are going the wrong way. So I was very happy with my scoreboard there. So that's how Grammarly works on the iPad and iPhone. The advantage, of course, is you have got more real estate on the iPad. So Susan mentioned that can it predict whether you're going to get Alzheimer's? Not as far as I know. I don't think that works that way. And we're amusing Kurt. I'm sure he's laughing at the fact that I can't scroll. So I have to take that up with eCam and see why that doesn't work. Now I am on a beta version of eCam, so maybe if I was using the regular version that would have worked. I don't know. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, to GoFor Technology, if you haven't already. And if you would be so kind as to forward the GoFor Gazette, which comes out every Monday about 7 o'clock, to your friends and neighbors, relatives, so that they can receive some of this beneficial information that I'm trying to provide. So that would be great. Help me out and let YouTube know that we're serving more people, which encourages YouTube to put my channel out there as a suggestion. So let's ask this last question here. And we're going to go there. And we're going to try to change the slide. And it looks like, there we go. So there was the introduction. So, any questions about Grammarly or anything? This is the Ask Me Anything part of our program. So I'll hang out here for a few more seconds, reminding you that have mask, will travel. I'm going to be traveling at 1:30, see a client, and I can come to your house to help you with anything you might want, or we can screen share on many things. Some things we can't screen share on, but many things we can. So and in a few seconds here, you'll see my phone number and my email address, and you can take advantage of that information to contact me. If there's anything that you would like me to cover on GoFor Lunch, any topic that you'd like a little more information on, or you think that you know about it but maybe other people don't, some little tip or trick that you use to make yourself more productive, that would be very good. Now Susan is looking for an iPhone gimbal that accepts a case. You know, I have that same problem, Susan, and I know it's a real pain for you to have to take your phone out of that, nice solid protective case and put it in the gimbal. Now, in case you don't know what a gimbal is, I don't have one handy, but I have one. It is a device that has motors on it that keep your camera, your iPhone, steady. As you move around, the camera doesn't move around, the iPhone doesn't move around. So when you're walking or you're moving, panning, tilting, trucking, dollying, the shot is actually very steady. So that's what a gimbal is. But as Susan has found out, they don't necessarily take that extra dimension that is a case that protects your phone, and it's a real pain to having to take your case on and off. But I will look into it. That's an excellent question, Susan, and I have helped a client recently select a gimbal, and so I do have some research available, and I'll look at that and see if there's one that does. Yes, yeah. I mean, that would be an ideal time when you're trying to take it out of the case and get it in the gimbal to drop the phone and damage it. So that's really a valid point, and I will definitely look into that and let you, maybe I'll make that as the tip in the next GoFor Gazette, which comes out every Monday morning at 7 o'clock. So thanks everybody for joining me today. I hope you now know whether you want Grammarly or not. So we'll see you next week, same time, same station. Have a great day and look forward to the sunshine.